I absolutely love where she's at in this movie, and her optimism is still intact, and her love for her family and her friends is still intact.
Hi, my name is Asymina. I'm with Narcity, Canada. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I loved this movie so much. It brought me back to when the first Enchanted film was released. Amy, you're revisiting Giselle 15 years after the first movie came out. What was it like to explore the darker side of the Disney princess?
Oh, it was really fun. I love how, you know, she makes a wish with the best of intentions, not realizing that she's not the ingenue anymore, which I think it takes us all a heartbeat to come to terms with. No, I'm kidding. I absolutely love where she's at in this movie, and her optimism is still intact, and her love for her family and her friends is still intact. Yeah.
And Maya, you play Malvina, Queen Bee of Monroeville. Is there another villain, Disney or otherwise, who you got inspiration from for this role?
We were talking about it earlier, and I realized it's an amalgam of many evil ladies. There's some evil queen in there. There's definitely some Cruella in there, and then who's the one I can't remember people's names anymore. The one from The Little Mermaid, her
Ursula.
Yeah, she nasty. The nastier the better. I was drawing from nasty, and it's really, really fun.
Yeah, you did amazing.
Thank you.
Gabriella, what was it like? You got to split your time between the fantasy world and the real world. What was that like? Was there, any difficulty with special effects?
I mean, we all kind of were back and forth between transform into kind of this like opposite from what my character was, because she's this like funny, sarcastic, like witty character, and then she becomes this like chippering little like princess. Oh, I love chores. I love housework. I think it's just funny to kind of just play the opposite,
Yeah.
Amy, so a lot of this movie kind of focuses on finding your happily ever after. Was there ever a moment where you felt, you were waiting for your happily ever after, and you struggle to find it like your character does in this movie?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot more pragmatic than Giselle, I would say. I do think that the trick of this movie, and it's the thing I have to remind myself, is that there isn't a happily ever after. It's about embracing where you are, whether it's, beautiful or difficult, but really embracing where you are and taking the moments to learn from these moments, and taking the time to take stock and really appreciate and be grateful for what you have in the moment. And that's the thing that I spend most of my time thinking about now, instead of worrying about a happily ever after. Because and I think that's what Giselle has to learn in the movie too, that happily ever after is not like a destination. It's not like a resort that you visit. It's what you make of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And Maya, this film is a musical, comedy, fantasy. You get to sing, dance in it. What was the experience like? What was the hardest part or the best part? And how did it maybe compare to, your SNL days?
The hardest and best part, I think, was the musical choreographed component, the musical number, which was the best part. And it was the most challenging. It was the most I trained for.
Yeah.
It was physically exhausting. Dancing in heels is not something I do on a regular basis. Dancing in a corset is not something I do. Singing in a corset is not something I've ever done. Singing with Amy Adams in a corset, in a gown. I mean, I tripped, I fell, I slid, but it was so gratifying and so fun and so exciting. And it was that thing you feel like, oh, this is why I like doing this. It was well worth it. And I would do it again. It was so fun.
Yeah.
And really hard.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. You all played the roles beautifully, and it was so fun to watch you. And it was just, I really loved the movie. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our Narcity channel to see more great content.